Please stand for the entrance of the academic procession. Please remain standing for the invocation led by the Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Academic Advisor in Student Life, and Elder Stella Blackbird, who will provide a blessing upon this ceremony and the graduates.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to lead you in a prayer, but each and every one of you have your own prayers. Great Spirit, thank you for a beautiful day. And Great Spirit, we're all your children. I am your child. My name is Red Eagle Woman, and I am from the Turtle Clan. Kami kusit kihus konsi kasun, mas kanonwa kumakan. We invite you, Great Spirit, to come and join us, along with our ancestors, to celebrate the achievements of the people here who are graduating and who are starting on a new journey. I pray that you guide them and be with them throughout their lives. And I also thank Great Spirit, all their families for supporting them. And also I think of the people out there who are searching, that Great Spirit, there's hope, and I hope that your guides can help them find their path. And Great Spirit, also, I ask you to watch over our families, to watch the little ones, that they be safe today. And Great Spirit, thank you again. We are grateful people, and we want to thank you for all the good things that happen in our everyday lives. Tatamina ni moso magno kuma kinanas kum na kia skete na askom wika ski kwespai magambak semon tawitia tasagitoa. Aha oko Kinanaskum na aha ekse kakyon wako maganak. To all my relations, how? Thank you.
Good afternoon. Let us continue in prayer. Almighty God, known by many names, we invoke your presence with us this day. Today we celebrate the achievements of those receiving University of Winnipeg degrees. Allow joy to fill their hearts because each of them deserve every good gift a wonderful life can hold. May their studies continue to open minds to new ideas and build in us all a deep respect for one another. We give thanks for the University of Winnipeg and the legacy of excellence that continues to grow here. Bless all those who have supported these students on their academic journey in the classroom, their professors, peers, and support staff, at home, their family members and friends. These students are beginning new chapters in their lives. Bless them, Creator God. Surround them with your love and protection wherever they find themselves, and help them make a difference in making this world a better place. Hear our collective prayer. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to welcome in our guests who have just arrived. Please be patient as they find their seats. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Annette Trimby, President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg.
Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Winnipeg, located on Treaty 1 land in the heart of the Métis Nation. I always begin with a significant acknowledgement to recognize the influence the land we are located on, its history, its present, its peoples, and its relationships must have on everything we do. It is my pleasure to welcome you here and to preside over today's ceremony. Mr. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, families of the graduates, colleagues, and friends of the University of Winnipeg, I have the honor to declare open this 109th Convocation of the University of Winnipeg for the conferring of degrees in science, business, and economics. With us today is the Honorable Ian Wishart, Minister of Education and Training. Minister, would you please come forward to address our graduates on behalf of the province of Manitoba?
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and you'll be relieved to note that as a politician, my speeches are noted for being short. But I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of Treaty 1 and in the homeland of the Métis Nation, and I would thank the Elder for her blessing. On behalf of the Honourable Brian Pallister, Premier of Manitoba, and my colleagues at the Manitoba Legislature, I am pleased to bring you greetings to those of you who graduate today. Your families as well, and your friends, and as well the University of Winnipeg's faculty and staff. I'd like to thank Dr. Trimby, Chancellor Silver, and all of you for welcoming me to the convocation ceremony. I am honored to join you today. My sincerest congratulations to those of you who graduate today. This is a special day, and the fields of endeavor that you have chosen are critical sectors for Manitoba now and into the future. As you begin your journey of new possibilities, I am sure you will find opportunities to grow and contribute and to add to the success of Manitoba. I'd like to thank the faculty and other staff of the University of Winnipeg for their efforts in preparing these talented and skilled individuals for the new careers and for their future studies. And finally, I'd extend my congratulations to Mr. Byron Williams, who is receiving an Honorary Degree of Laws today, for his expertise and his long dedication as a lawyer in the areas of human rights, poverty, environmental issues, consumer and Indigenous matters. Congratulations to all of you that are graduates today. This is a very special day, and I hope you have a chance to enjoy it. I hope you take the time to celebrate your achievements with your family and with your friends. Best of luck and success in the future to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Wishart. We are pleased to be joined by a number of distinguished platform guests, and I want to introduce them at this time. I would ask that each person stand briefly as I call his or her name, and I would request that you hold your applause until I have finished the introductions. In the third row, Alison Cox, traditional spiritual Indigenous leader of the Red Robe Women Drum Society Singers. Laura Geringer, President of the University of Winnipeg's Students Association. David Collins, University of Manitoba, Vice Provost. Dr. Julie Pelche, Acting Executive Director, Global College. Brian Daly, President and CEO, University of Winnipeg Foundation. Kevin Lamoureux, Associate Vice President, Indigenous Affairs. Robert Bend, Dean of Collegiate. Dr. Fiona Green, Associate Dean of Arts, Dr. Jan Stewart, Acting Associate Dean of Education, and Dr. Alan Diddick, Acting Associate Dean of Science. In the second row, Reverend Tanis Kaliznik, Student Life Academic Advisor, Sherman Kreiner, Managing Director, University of Winnipeg Community Renewal Corporation, Laurel Repsky, Vice President, Human Resources, Audit and Sustainability. Dr. Gino Destasio, Vice President, Research and Innovation. Dr. James Curry, Deputy Provost and Associate Vice President, Academic and Acting Dean, Gupta Faculty of Kinesiology. Chris Miniker, Senior Executive Officer and Advisor. Dr. Glenn Moulaison, Dean of Arts. Dr. Mavis Reimer, Dean of Graduate Studies. Dr. John Anchin, Acting Dean of Education. Dr. Sylvie Albert, Dean of Business and Economics. And Dr. Danny Blair, Acting Dean of Science. And in the first row, Colin Russell, Registrar. Elder Stella Blackbird. Rebecca Pedno, Sustainability Award winner. Dr. Neil Besner, Provost and Vice President Academic. The Honorable Ian Wishart, Minister of Education and Training. Bob Silver, Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. Byron Williams, Honorary Doctorate of Laws candidate. Dr. Jerry Buckland, Professor for Menno Simons College. Dr. Marlise Koczynski, Distinguished Alumni Award recipient. Sarah Bazan, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, and Dr. John A. Bullman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient, and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board. This is your 109th Convocation Platform Party. Seated in front of me, serving as marshals, are members of our faculty whose wisdom, expertise, and generosity of spirit have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of our graduates. We are also joined by many members of our staff, administration, and alumni who are here to share in this celebration and who play essential roles in making this university an extraordinary place to discover, achieve, and belong. I would ask you to join me in acknowledging all of these remarkably gifted and dedicated people. The University of Winnipeg is proud to provide a live webcast of this ceremony for all family and friends who are unable to join us in person today. Welcome to those who are viewing this ceremony online. Convocation is a special time in the calendar of the university. It is a time when we gather together to honor our grads, bid them farewell, and celebrate their accomplishments. It is also a wonderful occasion to give honors to members of the university faculty, students, and staff who have made significant and worthy contributions to our institution. And it is a time when we award honorary degrees to those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and unparalleled excellence in their fields, helping to define and shape the principles and values that give meaning to our community. Today, we honor Byron Williams with an Honorary Doctor of Laws. An honorary degree is the highest academic status that can be bestowed on any individual. Those who receive an honorary degree demonstrate dedication and excellence in their field of work and have been nominated for consideration of this title. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, to confer special honors on Byron Williams. He will be introduced by Dr. Jerry Buckland, Professor at Menno Simons College. Chancellor, Byron, and Jerry, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Byron Williams to receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Byron Williams is a committed and talented public interest lawyer. He has spent more than 2 decades championing the rights of Manitoba's most vulnerable citizens. He is director of a truly unique public interest law center, a branch of Legal Aid Manitoba. Byron has developed an expertise in bringing forward test cases, gathering talented people together to critically examine these cases, and fostering broad-based participation in order to promote the public good, especially in the areas of human rights and poverty and environmental, consumer, and Indigenous law. His victories have changed lives. Let me share a few examples. Through Byron's efforts, Manitoba's payday lending regulations are effective and based on rigorous research and input from many Manitobans. Same-sex couples are able to adopt, and the federal government broadened the definition of family for compassionate employment insurance care benefits. This means that more people can care for dying family members. Byron accomplishes these victories by bringing together highly qualified experts in grassroots community organizations to build effective teams. Often he is facing some of the largest and best resourced organizations in Manitoba. Byron is energized by this challenge. He is also actively engaged with the University of Winnipeg. Byron regularly invites faculty members to act as expert witnesses on diverse topics, ranging from economics and geography to international development and environmental studies and sciences. These opportunities allow our faculty members to apply their knowledge to practical, regulatory, and policy issues, and to engage with community groups outside the university. This is an important part of what we call knowledge mobilization. Byron is also a guest lecturer on campus, and for 6 years he's been teaching poverty and the law in the Urban and Inner City Studies Department. Students in his course say his teaching gives them a broader understanding of the legal system as an effective tool for social change. Byron is a dedicated mentor who has helped and hired many UWinnipeg students as research assistants and interns. He is also active in the community, serving on several boards. In 2013, he received the first Richard J. Scott Award from the Law Society of Manitoba for advancing the rule of law through advocacy, litigation, teaching, and research. So, Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Byron Williams the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws for the tireless and humble pursuit of social justice on behalf of Manitobans.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, Byron Williams, to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
It is now my great pleasure to call upon our distinguished guest to address our graduates, Dr. Byron Williams.
I'd like to start just by thanking Ms. Cox for her songs and her drum, Elder Blackbird and Ms. Kalisnik for their prayers and blessing. And I'll note that Dr. Buckland referred to me as humble, which may be the first time I've heard that term used with regard to me. I'll try to live up to his suggestion, but partway through you may begin to take issue with him. Thank you. This honor means so much to me coming from your university. Your school has been very important to the work we do. Your professors have been generous in donating independent research to our clients. The team at Urban and Inner City Studies have let us work with students who amaze us with their passion and the diversity of their insights. And we have been blessed with a core of student volunteers anxious to undertake community-focused, evidence-based research for change. And I would be remiss if I did not congratulate your valedictorian, Geneva, who we've had the great pleasure of working with. I'm so impressed by the quality of her work as she grapples with the relationship between Indigenous legal traditions, worldviews, and Western environmental assessment. She displays the type of cutting-edge thinking, the openness to different disciplines and worldviews that I have come to expect from your university. And as Geneva goes on to the University of Waterloo, I am sure she will remain very proud of the education she received from this small Canadian school on the cold Manitoba and Canadian prairies. And congratulations to the graduates. You did it. I want to recognize this class of achievers, the scientists, the entrepreneurs, the business people, and my personal favorite, those practitioners of the dismal science, the economists. And on this day of great celebration, I am sure you have already taken the time to honor the persons who helped you reach this important milestone, the people who got you here, your support team, the people in your corner, in Manitoba and around the world, parents, siblings, grandparents, guardians, and friends, and of course, your professors, the ones who scared you, the ones who made you brave, and the ones who truly inspired you. And I certainly would like to thank my support team, Margaret, our boys, our siblings, our clients, and my colleagues past and present, remembering Miffanwe. Above all, I remember my parents. For me, as I suspect for many of you, my first university professors were my mom and dad. My mom was an entrepreneur and a mother of 8, a gardener, seamstress, a spiritual person, and a highly skilled cattle chaser. She let me hide in the garden when I was sick of farm work, and I've just recently learned that she secretly hoped that I would become a priest. She convinced me if I was ever going to escape the farm, I had to buckle down at school. And she gave me the quiet time to escape to a book-filled oasis in my bedroom and dream bright dreams. And I, of course, remember my father, my dad, a farmer who never got to go to university, an ecologist before we knew what the word meant, a man who worked with his hands, but whose mind traveled the airways through the grace of CBC Radio. And I remember standing outside in the freezing cold, the biting wind at the University of Ross Williams, as my dad, with his bare hands, unthawed the water pump that gave life-giving water to our house and to our cattle. I recall shivering with the cold, but being fired up by his courage as an outsider, his gentle passion for change, his compassion for the underdog and the dispossessed. I was so inspired by his stories of people who made a difference. Roosevelt's New Deal that gave hope to millions during the Depression. Tommy Douglas's dream of universal health care. And perhaps the greatest of all, Rachel Carson's seminal Silent Spring, with their warnings of environmental excess, the damage to nature, and the risk to our very futures. And in the face of climate change, her words are still a warning, a preeminent currency today. I suspect that for many of the students in front of me, in the time leading up to this day of great celebration, there's also a sense of loss and a bit of foreboding as you leave this academic haven, this special place, and wonder what next. The world is pretty big and pretty scary and very, very competitive. And you come from a small school in the middle of the bitterly cold prairies. I felt that same way my very first day of law school. It was a huge classroom, a little smaller than this, but pretty big. I was there with my stomach aching, afraid to raise my hand, a farm boy from a small prairie town, a small prairie university, wondering where I was going and whether I was up to the task. And truth be told, I continue to feel that way today, plagued by fears that I hide with a brave face, farm boy smile, trying not to let my parents down. So for those of you wondering, where do I go from here? Am I any good? Can I make a difference? Can I live a good life? A life of courage and reflection, a life that matters. I want to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned from your professors at your university. And these professors have been my colleagues as we battled the payday lending industry and achieved among the lowest rates in Canada, as we successfully challenged the business case for an $11 billion hydroelectric generating station, and as we helped convince a federal regulator of the urgent need to improve internet access to rural communities and to remote First Nations. And they're by our side still today as we try to up the game for environmental assessment, evidence-based environmental assessment at the federal and provincial level. One of the first lessons I learned from your school, from your professors, is the importance of acknowledging our biases, of remembering that we come from a particular perspective, a particular culture, a particular class, and a particular worldview. And I know at the heart of science, at the heart of economics, is the critically important effort to rely on evidence, to replicate your work, and to eliminate bias. And I know for the business students, it is the discipline of the market, of billions of individual decisions that gives you that great insight. But bias creeps into much of our work, and the market is often blinkered by profound social barriers. Hubris is an ever-present risk for all of us. Saul Perlmutter from the University of California at Berkeley says, "Science is an ongoing race between our inventing ways to fool ourselves and our inventing ways to avoid fooling ourselves." And I think we must recognize this about all our disciplines. So as we seek to excel in our chosen fields, some humility and candor is well placed, and a conscious effort to examine our biases and re-examine our biases and to be aware of societal barriers is critical. And that humility, that candor, is particularly important when we are confronting other worldviews, including Indigenous worldviews. I have devoted my career to the Western legal tradition. I believe passionately in the power of science and math to effect positive evidence-based change. But the most humbling and most important moment in my legal career happened just 4 years ago, in the midst of a major environmental assessment, when an academic colleague pointed out that despite the tens of thousands of pages of science and legal analysis filed by Hydro, there was far more wisdom, far more insight, far more courage displayed in a couple of slender little documents produced by two tiny Cree nations from a Cree worldview perspective. And so the second lesson I have learned from your university is the importance of escaping our silos, of using multidisciplinary teams that test the critical questions from different perspectives, and of being open to the wisdom captured in other disciplines, other knowledge systems, other worldviews. We should be proud of the insight we get from our profession, our discipline. We should show fidelity to the analytic tools our schools have gifted us with. But we should be intellectually brave enough we should care about knowledge enough to look at other disciplines, to examine other worldviews with respect, openness, and curiosity. Perhaps the most important lesson I have learned from my colleagues at your university is the importance of passionate listening and patient engagement. I believe profoundly in freedom of expression and the marketplace of ideas. I subscribe fully to John Milton's words from 300 years ago. Let truth and falsehood grapple. Whoever knew truth put to the worse in a free and open encounter. But if we cherish freedom of expression, we have to acknowledge that there are far too many voices silenced in our free and democratic society. Some voices have been disproportionately silenced through state action, with Indigenous people being among the most tragic. Other voices have been excluded through the marketplace, market barriers, and poverty. And increasingly, I fear, we have silenced too many voices through our own choices. And one of the most important lessons I've learned from the professors at the University of Winnipeg is the importance of listening to those with whom we profoundly disagree. I am a Luddite. I do not know what Snapchat is. I still think texting is cool. Unlike the Donald, I am not a devotee of Twitter. But I do know in this interconnected age, it is sadly possible to self-select, to listen or to read only those who reinforce what we already believe. But that is not good science, that is not good business, that is not good economics, and that is not good citizenship. The passionate art of listening must reach beyond mere echoes of yourself. Perhaps by way of closing, I will leave your university and return to our family farm. I was the world's worst farmer. A day of farm work was a day of hell for me. But my best friends in the world are my siblings, my brothers and sisters. And whenever I feel lost, uncertain, scared, afraid to raise my hand, I return to the lessons I learned at my parents' side. So as you embark on your next great journey, remember where you came from, and I honor with you the family, friends, and supporters who made this great day possible, and the university that is granting us this great honor today. Please accept my best wishes for a life of courage and reflection, a life that matters. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Williams, for sharing your wisdom and insight with our graduating class. I know you've got lots of family over there. One of my mentors gave me 3 tips, and I think you exemplify them. He said, first of all, play to your strengths. There's a good reason you left the farm. Secondly, he said, you need to give more than you get, and it's clear that you give more than you get. And thirdly, he suggested it was important to be able to laugh at yourself, and I think you're quite capable of that. So what a treasure. I think you're wearing the robes your parents always wanted you to wear. I don't think you have to worry about pleasing them anymore. And I think rather than refer to this as your university, it's our university. So welcome. Great speech. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to talk about some other awards now. To recognize their dedication, several awards are presented to faculty and staff on an annual basis at our spring and fall convocations. and we will be giving these out at a dinner tonight, but I wanted to take a moment to publicly acknowledge and congratulate Rebecca Pedno, recipient of the Campus Sustainability Award. If you could wave, Rebecca. A knowledgeable and engaged environmental advocate, Rebecca Pedno has helped take waste reduction to a new level at the University of Winnipeg. Rebecca won this year's Geography and Environmental Studies Eco Grant for her proposal to introduce a plastic bag recycling program on campus. Since installing the bins in March, thousands of grocery bags have been diverted from the landfill, and Rebecca has received coverage from the media about her efforts. Thanks to her partnership with Multi-Material Stewardship Manitoba and Winnipeg Harvest, the bags will be used for emergency food kits and turned into usable plastic products. Rebecca graduates this year with a bachelor's degree in biology and environmental studies and sciences with a minor in geography. Her aptitude in her chosen field is evident in the glowing reviews from professors in the Faculty of Science who describe her as an excellent student with a keen willingness to learn. Outside of the classroom, Rebecca has training as a master gardener arborist. She shares her knowledge with the public as a volunteer with local community gardens. For her dedication to sustainability and environmental education on campus, the University of Winnipeg is proud to present Rebecca Pedno with the 2017 Campus Sustainability Award. Please join me in a round of applause for Rebecca. We have now come to the part of the program that our graduates and you, who are here to share this special occasion with them, have eagerly been anticipating. The Registrar, Mr. Colin Russell, will present the graduates, and our Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, will confer the degrees. The parchments will be handed to the graduates by the Dean and Associate Dean of each respective department. Each graduate will also be presented with a University of Winnipeg alumni pin by Sarah Bazan, President of the Alumni Association Council, and the President of the Students Association, Laura Geringer. This is a rite of passage, an occasion for jubilation for our graduates and for the friends and family who have helped them on their way. Please feel free to express your admiration of our graduates or any particular graduate as they cross the platform. Mr. Russell and Chancellor Silver, please.
Would the graduates please rise as their degree is called and remain standing while the other degrees are announced. Master of Science, Bachelor of Science Honors, Bachelor of Science 4-year, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts in Environmental Resource and Development Economics, Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts Honors in Economics, Bachelor of Arts 4-year in Economics and Finance, Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you to confer upon these candidates and upon those receiving their degrees in absentia the degree for which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Please shift your cap tassels to the left. Congratulations, you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Chancellor, I now beg leave to present the graduates for congratulations. Receiving the Master of Science degree, Brett Vakal. The graduates of the Bachelor of Science Honours degree receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Science Honours and the Gold Medal for Honours Physics, Michael Lorne Honke. Shannon Nicole Bailey. Rosanna Claire Burrow. Receiving the Gold Medal for Honours Environmental Studies and Sciences and the Valedictorian this afternoon, Geneva Athena Clutis. Brittany Louise Cook. Andrea Monique DiPiango. Philippe Greff. Receiving the Gold Medal for Honours Biology, Justice Mathieu Hainaut. Nadine Joy Canick. Carmen Ashley Konzelman. Darren Michael Coons. Hong Min. Zobaida Mohammed Hussein. Mason Riley Moore. Kimber Emily Munford. Dane Terry Bishop Mimco. Receiving the Gold Medal for Honours Geography, Jordan Todd Poitras. Ryan Michael Rogaki. Tamara Lynn Stosky. Receiving the Gold Medal for Honours Chemistry, Kevin Mark Strosky. Receiving the Gold Medal for Honours Biochemistry, Tricia Caitlin Vera. Lucy Lin Wang. Matthew Weeb. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science 4-year degree, receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in science 4-year and the Gold Medal for 4-year biopsychology, Amanda Kirsten Moody. Nicole Susan Edges. Moath Hamad A. Alatas. Amber Champagne Arnold. Neil Rodney Cruz Asaron. Marco Barak. Emily Mary Celestine Barkhouse. Kylie Roberta Julie Barnaby. Robert Kenneth Wayne Bruce. Receiving the gold medal for four-year mathematics, Sarah Jean Campbell. Receiving the gold medal for four-year biochemistry, Kaylin Ardell Chesley. Ruzi Close Chen. Justin Wayne Dick. Receiving the gold medal for four-year environmental studies and sciences, Richard Gamble. Jennifer Allison Giardino. Robert Leblanc. Alexander Donovan Gortson. Georgi Geshev. Sarah Regina Hancox. Receiving the gold medal in four-year statistics, Ian James Hebert. Michelle Keiko Houston. Danica King. Alejandro Lucioni Romero. Caitlin McEachran. Heather Lynn McNeil. Marie-Josée Rose Nadeau. Matthew Tien Hoang Din Nguyen. Matthew Joseph Krulitsky. Shane William Nichols. Megan Marie Noonan. Tony Ellen Nadine Olson. Derek Ronald Oriniak. Nicole Pander. Joshua John Allen Partaker. Rebecca Robin Pedno. Megan Lee Persowich. Egan Joseph Peters. Eric Michel Pichet. Hilary Grace Ann Pinchbeck. Danielle Kathleen Ploquin. Jordan Taylor Rose. Eva Elizabeth Sandra Slight Simcoe. Taylor Elaine Thorkelson. Chintan Uday Kumar Trivedi. Titus Villegas. Morgan Claire Udall. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science 3-year degree, receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in science, 3-year, and the Gold Medal for 3-year Applied Computer Science, Daniel Freundlich-Iluz. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in science, 3-year, the Gold Medal for Achievement in 3-year Biochemistry, and the University of Winnipeg Golden Key Chapter Convocation Scholarship, Rachel Dawn Blaine. Lester Nana Esuku Edu. Mohamed Ahmed Damilola Aleshinolier. Christine Amoko. John Ortiz Aquino. Sarah Elizabeth Barron. Sydney Kirsten Binney. Charlotte Rose Blundell. Amanda May Cabral Quinto. Diana Rose Craig. Gurpreet Singh Diol. Charles Adam Fiddler. Madison Agnes Flamand. Fraser Mitchell Forbes. Amber Nicole Frizza. Laura Maria Gadsden. Viel Philip Garcia. Ryan James Herricklick. Annie Graham. Corley Yvette Grobler. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year biology, Sean Stephen Higgins. Tasha Arlene Jones. Ranjit Kaur. Kirsten Paula Telford Kettler.
You don't have to say the F part.
All right. Mary Ann Bless Lagarde. Troy Lowry. Lovejoy Mann. Hannah Elise Picklick. Timoshia Marcel Mansaray. Ryan Matthew Martinez. Adam Mark Mozinski. Luke Daniel Olivero. Flora Purisima Baldueza Uminga. Adit Patel. Larissa Ann Penner. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year biopsychology, Maya Jillian Pollock. Zhan Yao Pu. Dean Clayton Reddick. Olga Redko. Jordan Ray. Meridel Carmen Colonzo Reyes. Jan Royce Salinas. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year physics, Henri Roland Sanis Samon. Arpi Sanjay Patel. Justin Ross Schellenberg. Joseph Mako Soriano. Mackenzie Joyce Marie Stevenson. Brandon Blaine Thorsteinson. Sam Danielle Adonis Trinidad. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year bioanthropology, Ryan Thomas Work. Macy Charla Ray Wellico. Jeremy Asher Weeb. Lachlan Reed Edgar Wilson. Emily Robin Wood. Kirsten Therese Yaholkowski. Irina Malitsky. Patrick Toledo. And now receiving the Master of Arts in Environmental Resource and Development Economics, Francis Chiparawasha. Receiving the Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Veronica Tomola Oletan. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year degree, Yusuf Ahmed Fawaz Edewalidbi. Amanda Morgan Armour. Daniel Redvers Bedham.
4 years, one is a Bachelor of Science, one's a BBA.
Receiving both the Bachelor of Business Administration and the Bachelor of Science 4-year and the CPA Graduation Prize in Business and Administration, Sanjay Dutt Bihari. Calvin David Bennett. Obianuju Chineye Bosa. Kai Nathaniel Cameron Ciarelli. Miko Rafael Branzuela. Nina Bricks. Christiane Caparina. Andrew Edward Cavallo. Adrienne Chop. Justin Marie Carlo Tordesillas Conchada. Gregory Leonard Cruikshank. Kiefer Davies. Weasel DeWood. David Docteur. Brianna Lee Pharisee. Ashley Elizabeth Catherine Ferguson. Emma Kathleen G. Jamie M. Fisher. Amos Gagne. Francine Gautron. Sheila Gwendo. Chloe Kate Habib. Ryan Tyrell Halverson. Evan Robert Holowati. Kaylin Sheridan Hrechkozy. Corey John Hindman. Gaetan Quinn Infantino. Danae Janelle Jansen. Clarice Joven. Phoebe Kagwan. Victoria Maria Caras. Marco Kreller. Alfred Way Lochlam. Receiving the Stars of Spence Street Award, Francine Colette Lorrain. Maxwell Ilan Lerner. Hui Hei. Spencer Guy Lebrecht. Yu Hao Liu. Kenneth Kim Fernandez Manibo. Scott Angus McDonald. Julie Menier. Kyle William Michelik. Trent Michael Michelik. Musho Matananga Muno. Louis Johnston Nguyen. Zaria Elizabeth Godner. Orisha Sam Peters. Evan Felix Penner Podema. Atir Rahan. Tyler Friesen. Kristen Janelle Fries. Jamal Richard. Keaton Arthur Romaniuk. Nicole Ariana Trinidad San Juan. Navdeep Sandhu. Ranjna Sharma. Nicole Sigvaldason. Alec Rondell Soriano. Andrew Tiopo. Mu Tong. Adrian Peter Trimble. Courtney Ray Uruski. Alyssa Christelle Valera. Nina Natasha Van Duzen. Dryan Vlana. Jack Gregory Walker. Tegan Marie Walsh. Scott Bradley West. Benjamin Eric Winston. Brock James Wright. Yan Zhao. Now the recipients of the BBA three-year degree, Karan Arora. Kirsten Elise Bagg. Salima Bahari. Monica Lee Bahanos. Duo Kai. Carlos Eduardo Campos. Jessica Tyler Kennard. Janelle Eve Carrière. Carlo Clarete. Alexander James William Dunk. Luan T. Duong. Tanya Canas. Enrique Mauricio Garcia. Rhiannon Sarah Ann Gibson. Lana Harrison. Amy Diane Iwanochko. J. Donovan Jensen Erickson. Allison Kellis. David John Kerr. Madhav Nanda Kumar. Pierre-Georges Lafrenière. King Lan. Danielle Cécile Lévesque. Yi Yao Li. Randall John Loster. Brett Russell Lyon. Alexandria Lee McIver. Maria Chris Ria Maramara. Evan Allen Medaniak. Roman Melnichenko. Wade Morant. Jana Mulholland. Matthew Muller. Troy Reimer. Faiza Nirua. Calvin Yip Chung Pan. Clint Rauch. Gwendolyn Ann Richer. Alexander James Samuel. Yassian Arafat Siko. Christina Shaw. Eric Brendan Smith. Kanwar Singh Sra. Trevor Douglas David Stevens. Sarah Tate. Mark Tallman. Bartosz Zuluski. Vipun Verma. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts Honors degree in Economics and the Gold Medal for Honors Economics, Kevin Andrew Tarr. Receiving the BA 4-year in Economics and Finance, Liam James Carr. And the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts 3-year degree in Economics, receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Business and Economics 3-year, and the Gold Medal for 3-year Economics, Maxime Guy Lemoulec. John Delacruz.
Thank you.
Alejandro Di Girolamo. Dee Fan. Kangri He. Wen Tao Lee. Melanie Kanchana Matthew. Melissa Suwandi Matthew. Barnabas Monbo To. Caitlin McEachran. Ladies and gentlemen, the Spring 2017 graduating class of Science, Business, and Economics.
Well, I have to say that this is a very enthusiastic crowd. And maybe I need to check with Dr. John Bowman at the end, because the fellow at the end here has been on the platform at U of W Convocations, he told me at lunch, for 50 years. And we shared stories about just how special it is to be on stage, to see the graduates, your sons, your daughters, your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, as they tiptoe up the stage, because they start off very tentative. And then Colin Russell says their name, their full name, the beautiful name that you gave them. And then they get a big smile and they run across the stage. It's really beautiful. It's a gift. And I also want to acknowledge our elder Stella Blackbird, because I got the pleasure of watching her grin for the whole time. Doesn't it make you feel good to see all these young people walk across the stage so proud? So we're not done yet, but you can relax, and we're going to hear from alumni now. So I now invite Sarah Bazan, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, to present the 2017 Distinguished Alumni Award to Dr. Marlis Koshinsky. Sarah and Dr. Koshinsky, will you please come forward?
Dr. Marlis Koshinsky is an alumna of both the Collegiate and the University of Winnipeg. She is the scientific and executive director of the Robarts Research Institute and is internationally renowned for her innovative research into lipoproteins and cardiovascular disease. Dr. Koshinsky completed a 4-year degree in biology in 1982 and received the Chancellor's Gold Medal for highest standing in the 4-year science program. She completed a PhD in biochemistry at the University of British Columbia and furthered her training in the cardiovascular research group at Genentech in San Francisco. In 1991, she accepted a tenure-track faculty position in the Department of Biochemistry at Queen's University, which was followed by a 5-year scholarship from the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada and a 10-year Career Investigator Award from the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Ontario. She was the Dean of Science at the University of Windsor prior to her current role as the prestigious Robarts Research Institute. She has published more than 130 peer-reviewed scientific papers, authored 10 book chapters, and delivered 82 lectures across Canada, the United States, Europe, and Japan. As a gifted researcher and dedicated community leader, Dr. Koshinsky exemplifies the very best of the spirit of the University of Winnipeg. We are proud to celebrate her accomplishments in research and her many contributions to the community, which have created a lasting legacy of excellence in the study of lipoproteins and cardiovascular disease. The University of Winnipeg Alumni Association is honored to present Dr. Marlis Koshinsky with the Distinguished Alumni Award.
Thank you to President Trimby, Chancellor Silver, members of the Platform Party, the recently minted graduates, and I like that word enthusiastic that the President used to describe the guests and the general atmosphere here. It's wonderful and exciting, and congratulations to the graduates, and we'll talk more about you in a moment. So I'm very grateful to the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association for selecting me as this year's recipient of the prestigious Distinguished Alumni Award. I am at once very proud, but I'm also very, very humbled to be the recipient of this award. It means a great deal to me on both a personal level and a professional level too. Most importantly, I think it's really prompted me to reflect very deeply on my time at the University of Winnipeg and to articulate why exactly it was such a defining period in my life. And I'm going to share those thoughts with you today. I'm going to start with the words of W.B. Yeats. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. These words, I love these words because they so beautifully embody my experience at the University of Windsor and what has become my goal as an educator, as a research leader, and as an academic administrator. Without question, my years at the University of Winnipeg provided me with a solid foundation for my academic career. Not only did I develop important skills in critical thinking, inquiry, and evaluation, which form the cornerstones of scientific research. But the environment here also ignited in me, more generally, a passion that I have for lifelong learning and an absolute love of the academic milieu in which I have chosen to spend my career. And in my time at the University of Winnipeg, I found a safe space in which to grow personally and intellectually. I had such wonderful mentors here, and I could name so many, but just off the top of my head, the ones that always seem to come to my mind are professors that I had, like Dr. Moody when I was in the biology program, Dr. Evans, and my fourth-year research supervisor, Dr. Novak, who really scared me because I think on my second day she said, "I'm afraid you're not going to be working hard enough." And that just, she was very stern and she was very strict, but she was exceptionally inspirational to me because she taught me so much, and she really just inspired me about research when I think my parents had kind of had me pegged for medical school, and I was just saying, I really like this research thing. And I think to my mother, who's here somewhere today, you'll have to blame Dr. Novak for my research career and not pursuing a medical education. So I would have to say that, you know, everything I've done and I will do in my career, it started here. And for that, I will always be so grateful to the University of Winnipeg. So as I look around, the University of Winnipeg campus has really invigorated the downtown community, and I'm really very impressed by the innovative and forward-thinking campus transformation that includes, of course, of great interest to me, the Richardson College for the Environment and Science Complex. This state-of-the-art structure is home to a number of programs, including, I've noticed most recently, a Canadian Institutes of Health Research-funded cancer research program, as well as programs reflecting an enduring commitment to this university to environmental studies, which dates back long, many decades. There are a great many things going on at the University of Winnipeg, and I know there's going to be many more exciting chapters to be written as the university continues to embrace its future as a leader in the community. And I look forward to celebrating each and every one of those successes as a proud alumna of this great school. But amid the expansion and the growth, the University of Winnipeg's commitment to a top-notch educational experience remains strong. Small class sizes, access to professors, and superb mentorship of students by faculty and staff alike as these students find their way in undergraduate programs that they are passionate about and chart a course for their future. For the graduates here today, you have so much to look forward to. I really encourage you to cherish your years here at the University of Winnipeg that have given you the preparation you'll need to fill your dreams and aspirations. Remember your educational roots as part of who you are as scholars and as part of who you're going to be as future leaders. So I congratulate you on your achievements today that we're here to celebrate. So to all of you, great work, follow your dreams, listen to your heart, and go forward and be proud graduates of this wonderful school. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Koscinski. We had some of the same mentors. I took biology as well. I too was afraid of Dr. Novak. But I know we have a few basketball players in the crowd, and we're on top of a basketball gym, but rumor had it that Dr. Marie Novak could get baskets from center court and played professionally. So anyways, next I would like to invite Sarah to give greetings on behalf of the Alumni Council.
Graduates, family, friends, and honored guests, it is with much pleasure that I celebrate the University of Winnipeg graduating class of 2017. On behalf of the Alumni Association, its council, and the more than 50,000 alumni of the University of Winnipeg, I offer my congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. I want to briefly share with you some small insights that I hope will carry you on in your journey. These observations come from the life of Charles Darwin, who has become a fascinating subject to me in recent years. Many of you already know that Darwin led an extraordinary life. He was the first natural scientist to develop compelling evidence for the evolution of species according to the principle of natural selection. Yet he was also known for his idiosyncrasies. He loved to play backgammon. He had a love for gastronomy. He ate an owl, an armadillo, and a tortoise, and he once advised his son to play the bassoon for a pot of earthworms in his parlor. These anecdotes aside, there are two key ideas that I most want to impart to today's graduates. The first is the principle of chance. For Darwin, contingency shaped all of life from its earliest of beginnings. He asked, what are the conditions that bring forth a creature so surprising as the platypus or so remarkable as the ostrich? How did these peculiar species emerge in the planet's natural history? This principle of chance governs so much of who we are and who we will become. We then have to inquire, what if you had never come to this place? What would you be if you had not studied at the University of Winnipeg? What if you'd never taken a class with that professor who inspired you to shift the course of your studies? This evolutionary principle invites us to consider who we might have been if not for the singularity and uniqueness of this institution, which consistently produces exemplary graduates who are socially aware, who are oriented towards service to the communities of Winnipeg's urban core, and who are committed to shaping the civic values of this city, this province, and this nation. The second key insight we can glean from Darwin is the importance of returning home. This is perhaps the most captivating part of Darwin's story because it is so straightforwardly simple. Darwin wasn't necessarily the most scholarly of students. He was an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. For instance, he dropped out of medical school at the University of Edinburgh, much to the displeasure of his father, then made his way to Cambridge and later found himself aboard the HMS Beagle for nearly 5 years, where he observed the stunning coastlines of the Cape Verde archipelago and the frothy shores of the Cocos Keeling Islands. He went off on his own way for a time, but then he returned home to the quaint and quiet county of Kent in southeast England for the remainder of his life. It was here, at his home, that he accumulated the evidence he needed to publish on the origin of species. And so upon graduating today, I admonish you to embark upon your own expedition. See and savor all that you can of the world outside of these walls, even if it is as near as Portage in Maine. Get out of your comfort zone. And when the time is right, come home. This institution, now your alma mater, will always be your home. Return with new knowledge, with an eagerness to serve, and with a desire to learn continuously. With these insights in mind, I want to congratulate today's graduates once again on their hard work and dedication. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors, whatever they may be or wherever they may take you, and I want you to remember that we will be here to warmly greet you when you next step through these doors. On behalf of the Alumni Association, cheers and good wishes to the class of 2017.
On an occasion such as this, we thought it was important to hear from the students. It is, after all, their day. And so I'd like to invite the Spring 2017 Valedictorian, Geneva Clutis, to the platform. And as she makes her way here, I will tell you a little about her. Known for her intellect and scholarly ability, Geneva Athena Clutis has a fluidity of comprehension in both the social and natural sciences. This breadth of knowledge encompasses environmental science, Indigenous issues, and physical geography. Geneva has an exceptional academic record that includes 18 scholarships and awards, including a Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council Undergraduate Student Research Award, as well as a UWinnipeg Undergraduate Student Research Award in the Humanities and Social Sciences. Her first taste of real research in the sciences began during her final year at Grant Park High School. Geneva was selected to accompany the Canadian Coast Guard Arctic Research Team for 2 weeks on the CCGS Amundsen, I don't know if I said that right, a Canadian research icebreaker that sails in the Arctic Ocean. And in the fall of 2015, she participated in the Haida Gwaii Higher Education Society semester in Natural Resource Science on the island archipelago of Haida Gwaii in British Columbia. Geneva has been accepted to the University of Waterloo, where she will pursue a Master's of Environmental Studies, honing her knowledge in Indigenous governance and environmental policy with a particular interest in using education as a tool for reconciliation with Indigenous communities and building social capacity within sustainability initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Geneva Clutis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming to celebrate this momentous occasion with us today. My name is Geneva Clutis, and I'm honored to be able to speak to you all today as the valedictorian. When I was first selected to be valedictorian, the first thing I did was go onto YouTube and look up valedictory speeches and commencement addresses. I found many eloquent speeches by brilliant individuals, but I didn't find any real inspiration or guidance from them. I can't stand up here and provide a solution to climate change, nor can I tell you any advice on how to find a job. I decided to scrap those cliches and instead to share with you all some of my experiences here at the University of Winnipeg, and mostly talk about why I'm so proud to stand up here today as a graduate of the class of 2017. As some of you may be able to relate to, I started university right out of high school at the ripe age of 18. On my first day, I walked into my very first class, which was intro chemistry at 9:30 in the morning, and I quickly realized I was in a room with over 100 people and I didn't know anybody. Despite that small freakout that I had, my first day was overall uneventful, and I thoroughly enjoyed the end of syllabus day by sitting on the grass in front of Wesley Hall in the beer garden. I distinctly remember looking out and thinking, if all of university is short classes and drinking beer, this whole thing will be a breeze. I clearly had no idea what I was getting myself into. Despite the rude awakening I experienced halfway through first semester, in which I suddenly had 5 midterms and not a clue what I was doing, I survived. Each moment of sheer panic resulted in some sort of life lesson, which made the next inevitable moment of panic less terrifying. My time here at U of W taught me a lot of lessons, like don't go into the Bowman Center unless you don't need cell service, or eating carrots in quiet study areas will make you a lot of enemies. The biggest lesson I learned from university is that everyone here is on their own journey. Every choice we made, good or bad, provided us with a new piece of wisdom that we can now carry forward. I almost wish I could go back and tell first-year Geneva what I know now, but without all of those highs and lows, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. As all of us at U of W are aware, we love to brag to people about our small class sizes. While that in itself is wonderful, I think the greatest part of this school is the invaluable sense of community found here at U of W. I am proud to have attended a school that fosters inclusive learning environments and meaningful relationships between staff and students. As a geography and environmental science major, the vast majority of my time was spent on the 5th floor of Lockhart Hall. To those of you who aren't in geography, but sometimes found your way up there, I'm sorry you got so lost while trying to find a washroom. In our small department, office doors were frequently kept open, and it wasn't unusual to see staff and students mingling in the hallway, joking loudly, or discussing future career opportunities. In my experience here, the professors and instructors of this university are some of the kindest, most helpful people that I know. There was always an open door or friendly face where I could go to for advice or support whenever I needed it. I have met so many incredible role models, particularly in my female professors, and they have made me proud to be a woman pursuing science in academia. My professors listened to me when I was freaking out about the lack of direction in my life, and provided advice when I was struggling with how to balance science and social change. My love of science and the environment began at a young age, and this passion compelled me to attend university in the first place. Over the last 5 years, I have learned to take what I'm passionate about and apply it outside of a classroom or academic setting. We all understand the importance of science. However, university has taught me that rigorous science is needed in combination with meaningful policy. We need scientists to conduct experiments and collect the data the rest of us will rely on. We need entrepreneurs and business people to create and drive sustainable initiatives forward. And we need policymakers to actualize the strides being taken in business and science into society. Our world is both a social and ecological system, and we have to understand the interactions between humans and the natural environment if we want to meaningfully change the world. Although each of us have had our own unique journeys in getting to this point today, it would not have been possible without others. I wanted to briefly thank the people who helped give us the opportunity to walk across this stage. To our friends and family, thank you for dealing with our emotional breakdowns and helping us calculate the exam grades needed to pass our classes. We can't thank you enough for putting up with our sleep-deprived, over-caffeinated selves, especially when deadlines approached. To the instructors and professors, thank you for not losing your minds at all the dumb questions we asked, and for creating syllabi with tons of useful information that we never read, despite their importance. The advice and support along the way has been truly invaluable. And to the classmates and friends that we've made along the way, thank you for mornings at Starbucks, afternoons at Stella's, and evenings at Garbanzo's. These times outside of class kept us sane and are some of the first memories that come to mind when I think about my university experience. To close, I would like to congratulate all of the wonderful people sitting in front of me today. Regardless of how long it took or how many times you maybe changed your mind, you made it to this point, and that is something to be truly proud of. I hope you were able to use the skills and knowledge you have received here to do wonderful and amazing things in the world. Thank you all so much for coming out today, and congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Geneva. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that your father was a faculty member here, and we have actually a lot of graduates who have connections with people here at the university. On behalf of myself and the University of Winnipeg, I'd like to congratulate everyone who we've celebrated this morning. Congratulations to staff, faculty, and alumni award winners. Congratulations to our honorary degree recipient, Byron Williams, and finally, congratulations to our graduating students. I want to thank you for choosing to study at the University of Winnipeg and for sharing your gifts with us in this important stage of your life and education. I know that the knowledge and life skills you've learned here, both in and outside of the classroom, have prepared you well for all that you will encounter in work and in life. And I know that you will be forces of positive change in our communities. Wherever your passions lead you from here, be it a dream career, a social cause, or traveling the world in pursuit of more knowledge, I encourage you to commit to them, even when it may not be the most popular thing to do. We live in a world of effortless communication across a multitude of channels. At times, the volume of messages we receive can overwhelm and distract us from achieving our goals. Not every important issue will be seen in the headlines or on social media. These may be the issues that need your attention the most. Our honorary degree recipient this afternoon, Byron Williams, is someone who fights tirelessly for his causes, standing up for Manitoba's most vulnerable citizens, even when facing some of the largest and best resourced organizations in the province. The things you care about may be similarly challenging, but I am confident you are leaving here with the critical skills to make an impact. When you run into someone who disagrees with you, as you surely will along the way, try to understand their point of view. If your time here has taught you anything, I hope it's that a plurality of worldviews is essential to solving any problems. The ability to have compassion for those who share opposing views will go a long ways towards uniting people to your cause. When something isn't right, don't just say it needs to change. Instead, ask, how did it get this way, and what can we do to solve this? And understand that answering those questions doesn't always mean being the most visible. Affecting change can take years of quiet, behind-the-scenes work and is often measured as the totality of small gestures within your community, however you may define it. Your impact may or may not be seen in the recognition you receive, but in the lives you shape along the way. You now join an alumni community that through 50 years of our history has done just that, impacted their world and the people in it through actions big and small. Each one of them has lived through a different experience, different eras defined by shifting policies and attitudes. But what so many of them had in common was pursuit of a fair and just society. I look forward to hearing about the impact each one of you will have on our evolving world, and I am optimistic about our future because of you. Before I wrap up, I want to acknowledge that everything you've accomplished so far could not have been possible without your friends and relatives, and I'm delighted that so many of them are here with you today. To those friends and family members, I know the pride and pleasure you are feeling today, augmented perhaps by a measure of relief, and I know how much your support has meant to our graduates. So I would therefore like to invite the new graduates of the University of Winnipeg to turn in whichever direction they prefer and join with members of the university community in expressing appreciation for this support. I would like to thank our marshals, including Dr. Mark Vachon, and I do say this, I have to say this again, even though I said it this morning, because you weren't here this morning. I really want to thank Dr. Mark Vachon for the special care he takes in making sure each and every one of the graduates, as they walk up the stage to graduate, looks good. You know, their shoulders are straight and their gowns are on right. I think that's a remarkable feat for a geographer. I want to thank our chief ushers, Lynn Jones and Verilyn Warkentin, and those members of staff who have volunteered as ushers, organist Barry Anderson and members of the Winnipeg Police Pipe Band, singer Allison Cox, who has a beautiful voice, sign language interpreters Cheryl Pearl and Christina Goranson, the many members of staff who helped us organize the day, and again, on behalf of all of us, the faculty of the University of Winnipeg, for placing students first, and for embodying the pursuit of excellence to which we are all committed. I want to thank our distinguished Chancellor, Mr. Bob Silver, for being such a wonderful supporter of the university. I want to thank Elder Stella Blackboard for sharing the platform with us today. I want to thank the Minister, Ian Wishart, for coming out as well. And finally, our thanks to the graduates for making us so proud, and to all of you, our guests, for joining us on this marvelous occasion. We wish you all the best in the next part of your life adventure and hope that you do keep in touch with the university. Following the ceremony, you are invited to a reception in honor of our graduates outside on Spence Street Commons. You can meet your student there, and if it's raining, we'll scurry over to Riddell, and don't worry, there will be people to show you the way. I would request that after the singing of an honor song and our national anthem, you stay in your places until the academic procession and the platform party have left. Family and friends are asked to remain in the gym until all of the students have exited. Please rise for an honor song by Allison Cox, followed by the national anthem led by our registrar.
Oh Canada, terre de nos aïeux, confront et saints de fleurons glorieux. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Établis de voix trempées, protégera nos foyers, nos droits. O Canada, we stand